Alright, so this is Bryce, and I'm going to be doing my first no limit video for Stoxpoker.com today. I have been working a bit on my heads up no limit play lately. I'm not too interested in looking too much at 6 max no limit right now, but have been starting to look at and expand my heads up no limit game. And there have been three kind of important major factors in sort of expanding my heads up no limit game. The first thing has been recording some of my play and getting just a bit of a chance to watch my play every day and listen to my own comments and find hands that I believe could be played differently, or am just curious to see about how they could be played and how the expectation might change. And so I usually will record 10 or 15 minutes of my own play every day that I do play No Limit. I don't get a chance to play No Limit every day because other things do take some precedence. The second thing is similar in that as I'm playing, I keep a notepad handy and I will write down hands that I play that I'm either curious about how they could be played differently again, or just have some idea, or maybe thought I just played them suboptimally. And I would like to kind of explore things like how if my opponents have particular hands in those situations, and go ahead and find out what options are best. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. And just to mention, the third thing is taking some time to look at the mathematics and the theory behind No Limit and just sort of explore some of the basic mechanics of the game. I won't be talking about those sorts of things too much today because, again, I'm not familiar with kind of all the angles with No Limit play quite yet. So I'm going to be focusing just more on individual hands and individual plays and kind of the context of just how often your opponents have hands in certain situations and what sorts of lines have different sort of expectations based on kind of different conditions, which are again always set by your opponent. And so today I'm going to be focusing on hand by hand play. And so what I will be doing here is I'm going to be just going through the individual hands I have for October 8th, which I managed to play about 500 hands for, and I'd marked down quite a number of hands. So I'm going to go through those one by one and just sort of talk about why the hands are interesting, just looking at my notebook here. In doing this, I do do a lot of poker stove work to kind of figure out how often my opponents have particular hands. I won't be doing that live in the video here, partially to save time, and I will again be just consulting my notebook for that. And for the results I got out of that. But for those who are curious as to how I get some of these numbers, again, you'd want to consult the Poker Stove video, which I believe offhand is video number 108. I could be wrong about that, but if you go into the classroom, it's one of the very first classroom videos using Poker Stove to find out how often your opponents have particular hands. And so I'll just go through the hands today, and hopefully this will be a useful resource for other players who are either limit players who'd like to play a bit of no limit and are not familiar, or maybe many no limit players as well, who have kind of learned to play no limit by learning to play a more exploitative game. And the thing that happens with learning to play an exploitative game is that you kind of learn how to play the game based on kind of common assumptions of what people will do in the game conditions you play. And obviously, in heads up play as opposed to 6 max play, which most people play, game conditions are quite a bit different. So for